What up, everyone? Hope everyone doing all right. Hope everyone doing okay. Welcome to Linux Benny channel. All right, so everything check in, everything is all right. This is a POB specimen multiple choice paper, questions 1 to 6. Without no further ado, let's proceed. Alright, so let number one said, when economists says that a product has utility, it means that it is A, desirable, B, used or useful, C, costly to obtain, B, able to satisfy a want, and that would be B, very useful. Hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Alright guys, let's go. Productivity can be measured by, is it input over output, revenue over outputs, or C, outputs over inputs, or is it input over revenue? And number C is output divided by input. Let's move on to number 3. Subsidized means for employees would fall under which of the following categories? Is it fringe benefit, duty allowance, wage and salaries, or is it workers' compensation? And number 3 is A, fringe benefits. Welcome everyone. All the best in your exam. Alright guys, let's go. The main reason for the existence of the public sector are to 1. Provide essential services, 2. Regulate business activity, 3. Compete with the private sector, and 4. Promote economic growth. Now I'm just gonna look for the answer. Alright, so 1 is included. Yes, provide essential services. 2, regulate business activity. Yes. Oh no, they are not competing with the private sector, so that would be B. Remember, government agencies, their main purpose is not to make a profit. Where does it so? Number 5, a debenture holder is one who A, has first claim on profits and is paid a fixed rate of dividend. B, must be paid amounts owing by the following year. C is paid a fixed rate of interest if the company makes profits, or D, it is entitled to a fixed rate of interest whether or not the company makes profit, and that would be D. Alright, let's move on to 6. A partnership that requires additional capital can legally do which of the following? Is it A, issue bonds, B, issue debentures, C, borrow money from the bank, or C, D, advertise shares to the public? And number 6 would be C, borrow money from the bank. Use robbers. Let's move on to number 7. In the information of a company, in the formation of a company, memorandum of association say that not only the name of the company but also the amount of capital to be issued, where the directors are chosen, C, dividends are to be paid per share, D, expenses incurred in the formation of the company, and number 7 is A, the amount of capital to be issued. See if you can build it right now. Yeah, I think that's better. Alright. Number 8. The primary role of the personal department of the firm is to A, is to compile a magazine highlighting outstanding workers. B, promote recreational activities for workers. C, assist employees in understanding industrial relations. Or is it D, hire, recruit, train, and motivate workers? And that would be D. A lot of people need motivation. Some students do also. Alright, let's look at number 9. Which of the following is least likely to result in the growth of the organization? Is it A, greater productivity, more division of labor, increased communication, or increased capital investment? Number 9 is C, increased communication. Let's move on to 10. Which of the following statements best describe the Arthurian leader, making decision without consultation. I'm see number 8, like take no chat. So number 10 is A. Good leadership is exemplified by which of the following activities? 1. Motivating subordinate staff. 2. Providing more goods at a lower cost. 3. Giving direction to the organization. And 4. Implementing established plans. Remember I said leadership, right? So that is 1. Motivating. 3. Giving direction to the organization. And 4. So that's 1. So that would be C. Read the questions carefully, guys. These can be really tricky. Let's move on to 12. Which of the following management practices would contribute to the success of a business? 1. Pricing maximum markup. 2. Paying attention to the quality of goods and services sold. 3. Communicating with employees. 4. Earning maximum profit for owners. Number 12. 2. Definitely paying attention to the quality of the goods and services sold. Let's see which one go with 2. Not pricing. So that would be 3. Communicating with employees. So 12 would be B. Let's move on to 13. Which of the following is not a function of money, measure of value, medium exchange, and indivisibility, or is it source of value? And 13 would be C, indivisibility. Alright guys, if you're new here, please subscribe. If you're not new, hit the like button. Alright, let's go. Let's move on to 14. What do workers aim to achieve by collective bargaining? Improvement and maintenance of working conditions, greater opportunities for promotion, more capital intensive methods of production, or is it educating and training of employees? And number 14 is D, 1 and 4. Let's go on to 15. Which of the following features must a simple contract have? Must a simple contract have? 1. Offer. 2. Acceptance, documentation, and 4. Consideration. And that is 1. Offer, acceptance, only documentation. Remember, contract can be verbal, alright? It doesn't necessarily have to have the documentation in writing, or it could be a legal contract. Simple. And notice it says simple. Alright, so 15 would be C, to exclude documentation. So be very careful, guys. Alright, the words are powerful. Let's move on to 16. Which of the following practices are characteristics of the economy? 1. Private ownership of assets. 2. Central planning. 3. Price fixing. And 4. Freedom to contract. That's definitely 1. Private ownership. And 4. Freedom to contract. So number 16 would be B. Look at this thing. Number 17, the policies of a company are formulated by A, the shareholders, managers, directors, or the auditors. And that would be the directors. Let's move on to number 18. A contract may be discharged by A, performance, that is one, lapse of time, half an acceptance, and 4, breach. So number 18, let's see, we're going to exclude 3, half an acceptance. So number 18 would be C. The main purpose of production is to A. Make profit, provide jobs, build more factories, or B. Satisfy people wants. Number 19 would be D. Satisfy people want. Number 20. The money used for day-to-day operation of a business is called, is it A, a fixed capital, a nominal capital, a floating capital, or is it a working capital? Now let's move on to 21. Which of To which industry does a firm involve a food processing belong? Is it extractive, manufacturing, constructive, or is it service? And that would be manufacturing. Let's move on to 22. An increase in the productivity of labor in the Caribbean region means that a greater number of population is now employed, more factors of production are available for production, or is it C, population and values of output and decreasing, or is it D, the value of the output per man is greater than before, and that would be D, the value of the output per man is greater than before. Let's move on to 23. Which of the following practices may be most appropriate in solving the unemployed problem in developing countries where the labor force is large? Greater production through increased labor. Alright, we're gonna go with that one. Increase mechanization. Number that. Increasing vocational training programs. No. Increase in salaries. So 23 would be B. 1 and 3 only. Let's move on to 24. Which of the following are functions of the entrepreneur? 1. Provide finance needed for the production. Coordinating the factors of production. Undertaking risk by anticipating demand. Ensuring workers are unionized. And let's go back up to see what's right there. And then we can proceed. So let's see now options. That would be C, only 4 we do not include. Right, let's move on to 25. Which of the following is the simplest form of production? Is subsistence, or domestic consumption, surplus and export, cottage industry? And 25 would be the cottage industry. Make an cottage industry. Guys, hit that like button up for me, please. Primary production is concerned with A, distribution of goods, B, provision of goods with essential needs, C, provision of raw material, D, manufacturing of goods. And number 26 would be the provision of raw materials. Let's move on to 27. Which of the following least affects the location and the extracted industry? Is it A, proximity to large shopping areas, availability of abundant labor supply, C, proximity to sources of raw materials, or D, the presence of goods and routes of trade? And we are going to go with A, proximity of large shopping areas. Notice the word least. So when people say all of them affected the least. Which of the following are disadvantages of small firms? 1, employees feel a sense of belonging. 2, they have unlimited liability. 3, it's difficult to arrange the financing. 4, they have personal ties with the customers. I'm going to go with 2, they have unlimited liability. And 3, it's difficult to arrange financing. Quite so. Number 29, which of the following practices does not result from mechanization? Production is increased. B, goods are produced at standard pattern. C, pattern may be needed to manual work. D, the specialist become more skilled in his work. And number 29 would be people may be needed for manual work. That would be C. The standard of living in a country is measured by the index number, per capita income, or the national product, or the national income, and that is per capita income. We have heard the politician talk about that several times. The variables of marketing mix may be easily remembered by referring to the 4 P's, which are: is it product, price, place, promotion? Is it product, publicity, purchase, price, product, promotion, package, price? Is it product, package, place, the promotion? And that would be 31 would be A, product, price, place, and promotion. Look at them very carefully. Let's move on to right to, if you are new here, please hit the like button. If you are new here, please subscribe right now. Alright guys, please share so others can get the benefit like you. All persons can be called consumer because they A, use goods, B, have wants, C, sell goods, or D, buy goods. And 32, this one is a bit tricky. Use goods, but doesn't necessarily mean if I use good, not necessarily mean say buy. Are you buy? What if somebody, about a person will never buy nothing and get everything from somebody? Anyway, businessmen usually employ loss leader to visit a free gift with each purchase. B, reclaim losses made in the sale of goods. C, attract more customers by selling a few items of the loss. D, promote new products in the organization. And number 33 is C, attract more customers by selling. 34, which of the following must be taken into account when packaging goods for retail? Is it the cost, the brand, the protection, or the attractiveness? I'm going to look at those very carefully. I'm going to go with all 4. Yeah, definitely. So that would be D. 35. Which of the following contracts must be made by deed? Is it bill of exchange, insurance contract, transfer of shares, or is it conveyance of land? I'm going to convey land. 35 would be D. Okay, for that land something down to people for. On the ground to 36. Which of the following is not a function of the retailer? Transportation of goods, the suitable storage facility. B, providing a local supply of goods. C, preparing goods for resale. And D, selling in small quantities. And 36 would be transportation of goods, suitable storage facility. That's the wholesaler. Alright, let's move on to 37. Going good so far, guys. Hit the like button if you're just joining. A purchase order is A, a statement of offering to buy goods. B, notification of goods received. C, statement of debts outstanding. Or D, request of additional good. And 37 would be request of additional good. Let's move on to 38. Which of the following document would have a title? Goods. Would give titled goods. Is it bill of sale, bill of material, bill of landing, bill of site? And number 38 is one only. Alright, so that would be A. Let's move on to 39. Which of the following instrument of payment will a firm use to effect the serious transfer of funds from country to another? Is it check, bank draft, money order, or is it telegraphic transfer? And everyone should know that that is telegraphic transfer. So number 39 is D. Let's move on to 40. A post-dated check-in is one which A was written no longer than 6 months ago. B is dated to agree to the date of the document requesting payment. C is dated by the bank dates on the day of check. Is presented for payment. Or is it D is dated for payment at a future date? And number 40 would be D. Thank you guys so much. You have made it to 2/3 of the paper. Congratulations. Let's move on to 41. Only 22. All right. The bank service which allows customers to make payments by check is it the current account, the savings account, the deposit account, or the capital account? And 41 would be A, the current account. Let's move on to 42. The monthly payment collected by an insurance company on behalf of its policyholders are known as deposit, premiums, installments, or the payments. So that's 42, that will be the premium. Let's move on to 43. Which of the following forms of payment is a legal tender? Is it a check, a banknote, a money order, or a postal order? And number 43 would be C, a money order. Let's move on to 44. Collateral is mostly needed when A, taking out an insurance policy, B, ordering goods from a foreign manufacturer, C, borrowing from financial institution, or D, buying stocks and shares. And that would be borrowing from financial institution like the banks. I do not like how banks operate. They make a bag of profit of people, and people are suffering, and they are using people money to make millions by loaning out people money and collecting great interest on it. That is legal robbery. Alright, let's move on to 45. Which of the following is legislation designed to protect the consumer? Is it A, negative risk, B, higher purchase act, C, custom ordinance, or is it D, the banking act? And that one would be, you guessed it, the higher purchase act. So number 45 is B. 46. Encourage local business. And the export license are issued mainly to, I didn't read that part first. Is it A, encourage the local businessmen to produce more goods for export? B, indicate the importing country that the goods of a high standard? C, enable the government to control the flow of goods being exported? D, indicate the importing country the price at which the goods are to be sold? And 46 is C, enable the government to control the flow of goods being exported. And do remember guys, this is Lennox Bennett channel. Please subscribe if you have not done so. Alright guys, let's go. Which of the following measure are used by government to redistribute income? Is it A, custom duties and levy, B, consumption tax and tariffs, C, payee and national insurance, D, excise duties and value added taxes? And that would be payee and national insurance. So 47 would be C. For the last 10, let's go. Let's see that. 48. Which form of taxation is imposed on goods produced in a country? Is it excise duty, preference duty, C, excise drawback, or D, custom drawback? Or it is A, excise duty. Alright, so we're gonna run through. Hopefully we can finish in the next 5 minutes. Let's see how challenging these last questions are. So we're on to 49. Which of the following are major functions of the central bank? 1, acting as the government's bank. 2, keeping deposits of all commercial banks. That is correct. Giving loans to private individuals and companies, or helping to regulate the money supply of the country. Now 49 would exclude 3. Let me see if there's anyone else to exclude. No. Alright. So 49 would be B, 1, 2, and 4 only. Act as a government bank, keep deposits of a commercial bank, but it does not give private and individual companies. Alright. So 49 would be B. Very careful with these guys. Notice I read this slow because it can be real tricky. Alright, number 50. Market equilibrium exists when A, buyers pay reasonable price for goods, B, sellers are satisfied with the price paid for their goods, C, at the ruling price, buyers do not want to add the stock of the goods they already have, and D, at the current prices, the amount of goods buyers will buy equal the amount of sellers want to sell. And that would be B. At current prices, the amount of goods buyers wish to buy equal the amount of want to sell. Which of the following features are associated with perfect competition? Is it 1, many buyers and sellers, 2, few buyers and sellers, 3, freedom of entry into the market, 4, barriers to entry into the market? And that would be 1 and 3, many buyers and sellers. So that would be let's move on to 52. Which of the following characteristics best describe a perfectly competitive market? As it few sellers and buyers, difficult entry of new market, production of almost identical goods, or is it imperfect consumer knowledge prices? And that will be production of almost identical goods. So that's 8 more to go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hit that like button if you have not done so. And just wait until you guys hit the like button. Go ahead, guys. Give you time to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. Alright? Let's move on to 53. Which of the following actions of government is most likely to lead an improvement in the standard of living? Is it A, abolishment of taxes on low incomes, B, giving tax incentives to the business, C, increase the income tax rate, or is it D, printing more money? And that would be A, abolishing taxes on the low incomes. Guys, I do not want you guys to have a low income. Please work hard. Work hard, guys. Work hard. So that would be A. So we're on 54, which I think is not a benefit of the national trade? Is it A, a greater variety of goods is obtained from the overseas? B, political links are developed with other countries. C, import restrictions can be imposed on foreign items. D, producers are able to increase their market size. And I'm going to go with C, import restrictions can be imposed on foreign items. Let's move on to 55. We have 5 more to go after this. Let's go. Alright, item 55 refers to the following trade and then give you the year, the real exports, and the real imports. Alright, so let's see what the question says. In what year was there an unfavorable balance of trade? So we see that more export than import for this, more export than import, some more export, it's a less export than import, so it's definitely this one. So let us see which option is that. It will be 1993. So number 55 is C. We don't need that. We don't need that. You need to be importing more and you need to be exporting more and importing less. Alright. Import is what we take in, export is what we sell. Export bring revenue and so forth. Alright, so let's look at 56. While import costs us. If a Caribbean country should devalue its currency, it's most likely that A, its import will become cheaper and its export will become more expensive. Its import will become more expensive and its import will become cheaper. Both its import and export will become expensive, or both its import and export will become cheaper. And that would be imports would become more expensive and export would become cheaper. Don't want that. Alright, so let's move on to 56. Which one are those two? That was 56. I'm moving on to 57. I'm really losing it now. Let's go and say everything. The major aim of the European or the EU are free movement of basic goods, capital, people, services. Which of those is the purpose of the movement of goods, capital, people, and services? So that will be all 4. So number 57 is D. Alright, 57 is D. Move of goods, capital, people, and services. Let's move on to 58. Which of the following methods may government use to reduce unemployment? Is it A, increase rates on foreign, increase income tax, or is it deflation of the economy, or is it the employment levy on firms? And it's definitely C, deflation of the economy. I pray for everybody economy in whatever country you are, and you can be able to earn money. Alright, let's move on to 59. Investment can be defined as, is it A, a stock of goods existing at a given time, B, an addition to the capital stock of a country, A, a stock of raw material which have fallen, or number 50, B, it is a stock of goods owned by the government. And that would be B, an addition to the capital stock of a country. So 59 is B. And the last one would be 60. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end. Please ensure that you watch all the other 9 videos on principle of business. Alright, and I will see you guys in another video. Alright, let's look at the last one. Which of the following may be classified as benefits of nationalization? Profits will be the main in country economy. Remaining economy. 2, essentials industries will be state-owned. 3, employment will be provided for citizens. And 4, the enterprise will have joint ownership. So number 60 is A, 1, 2, and 3 only. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end. Mr. Bennett appreciate you all. I will see you guys in another video. So remember, 60 would be A. Alright? This is Mr. Bennett. I'm out, no doubt. Make sure you subscribe. I'm out, guys.